And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that short break as we have returned with our next match of the night of ESL Open Cup Americas. And we are jumping in mid-series, and I'm a little bit in shock. We're jumping in, and our Protoss player has a 1-0 lead. That is crazy. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our red Protoss player from the land of Brazil representing Team Hellfire. It is Muttley. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the yellow Terran player representing Machirino Esports. The American Terran himself, the favorite player in this series, it is Future. And again, I'm a little bit in shock. I was curious when I saw the scoreline. I was like, wait, what? Who is this? Immediately I became suspicious. I was like, do I know this person? They're on Team Hellfire. That's a Brazilian team. And to take a map off of Future is very impressive. Immediately my mind went to Master. Immediately my mind went to the Brazilian player Master. I was like, is this Master? So I quickly double checked. This is not Master. This is Rangel. For old school CranKy Duckling viewers, you would be a little bit more familiar with that name, Rangel. I thought he retired. I thought he had straight up retired, but yeah, he's back. He's up against Future. Really impressive results so far. And I mean, even Rangel in his prime, I would give the edge to Future. But yeah, I don't know what happened in game one. And I mean, now Muttley is one game away from taking it. I'm crazy. I'm impressed. I'm also crazy. It's crazy. I'm impressed. What I meant to say. As double gas open, it's going to be a double gas open out of Future going for a Rax into Factory in the main base. Future going for a bit of a more aggressive / safer opener. Meanwhile, Muttley is settling to his own standard opener. Gate into Cybercore, into expansion. Everything looking as it should from the Protoss side. Oh, as the probe does go down. Does get shut down by those workers. Likewise, going to be falling back. I'm actually curious, when was the last time Rangel competed? I also, after this series, I'll ask him if he has name changed or not. If he still goes by Rangel or something else. We'll try to figure that out. As now the Reaper does slip into the main base, does skirt around the edge of said main, confirming the tech, confirming the Twilight Council. So nice scout here from Future. Solid scout. As Future does pull back. Likewise, building up towards the second Reaper. Behind this, getting into a fast 1-1-1. Not going into reacted Reaper Hellion, for example. Just a handful of Reapers into a fast starport. The other thing I should emphasize as well when it comes to Future is that Future also comes up with his own builds, very similar to Estrella. I feel like Future's like the Terran Estrella. The Terran Estrella, not gonna lie, where Future, he is also much more unorthodox. He comes up with the builds, very hyper-aggressive. As the first Reaper goes down, and do we get the second? We do not! Hellion slips in. Hellion does slip into the main base. Hellion shot's gonna be going off. And do we catch a probe? So far, good reaction out of Rangel, but there we go. Muttley, I'll call him Muttley for now. 3 probes go down. Not bad. 3 workers for the Hellion. Reaper dips in, delays the Robo. Cheeky moves from the Future. As the aggression does not stop, we got a winner mine here in the center map. We have the medevac on the way. It looks like we're heading for a mine drop towards the main. And that Hellion is still alive. The Hellion still does pose a threat. So our Protoss player taking a more defensive stance here, or taking a more defensive role against Future. Here comes that medevac. We're going to load up that Widow Mine, and we're headed for the main. Following this up with a 3-1-1 setup. Okay, I say going for the main, going for the natural. Stalkers, so they're distracted by the Reaper. Reaper goes down. Widow Mines do burrow. Muttley does react in time. Likewise, Hellion still in the main. Gets another probe. Oh. Oof, getting another 2 workers with that Widow Mine. Looking at the unit slots tab, that was 8 probes going down in total. Very nice damage by Future. And the Widow Mine survives. The Widow Mine does survive here in the corner of the map. We can always dive in for another mine shot. Meanwhile, Muttley trying to settle into 3-gate blink. 3 gateways, blink is on the way, looking to expand and take a third base. Not the most aggressive of builds. is designed to keep us safe, and interesting, we go for the Bay before the expansion. We should still be expanding, but we have prioritized that Robotics Bay for faster Colossus production. Wintermine gets one more probe. He's going to be shut down. Is going to be shut down. This Future is going to be pulling back home. And because of this, Muttley's economy is going to be delayed, but in favor of Safety Immortal, Safety Colossus. Like, it feels like, especially because of the pace that Future has set, Muttley is like, okay, I need to calm down, I need to hunker down as well, just build up an army, survive. As Future is angry, he's upset after game 1. Is ready to bring it back and force that ace match stim. Combat shields, all the upgrades on the horizon, about to finish up. +1 as well. We're building up our bio. The observer's in position to scout and move out. Will spot the army when Future pulls the trigger. Until then, Muttley getting a safety shield battery. Colossus has arrived. Plenty of sentries, plenty of force field energy as well. You're getting ready for the push. Here we go. Future starts to move out. The observer does see everything. And we got the salvage on the bunker. We have Marines. We have 4 Winter Mines. Plenty of Marauders. Muttley is getting ready. Now, force field is going to be key. If we can force field and slice up this army, cut it in half, with the help of the overcharge as well, Muttley can shut this down. Interesting, going for a second Immortal. Additional warp ins. See a Stalker getting in position just in case it's to drop into the main. I mean, we don't see the army right outside. And do we react in time? Do we force field? Oh, we do. Decent force fields, but the army does slip in. Yeah, the force field's not good enough. We dive into the natural base. Mine's just going to be going off. Massive connections on the sentries. And we just go straight for the main. Now the Colossus is standing strong. The Immortal barely does survive. And GG gets called. It's just too much damage. We have broken through, and Future ties up the series 1-1. GG. Again, it was so close. We did need one more force field. One more force field on the right-hand side would have cut the army in half, but we missed the force field, and with that, Future, he just ran right into the main. Just messaging Muttley about his name. Yeah, he's letting me know. He's like, it's Rangel, but I name changed to Muttley. Okay. So I believe officially Muttley, I believe. No longer Rangel. But he did confirm it's the same person, which is what I did assume. Here we go. I mean, which is a shame. I liked Rangel. I liked it. I liked it. Why are we name changing, Pappy? What's going on? But here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of side Delta. We have our red Protoss player from land of Brazil, representing Team Hellfire. Used to go by the name Rangel, but now he is Muttley. Muttley? Maybe? And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the American Terran player, the Yellow Terran, representing Maturino Esports. It is Future. Let's go. I guess Muttley would be without the E. So Muttley? A Protoss player, Brazilian Protoss. See, this is why I liked Rangel. Rangel, like, there was no ambiguity. You just knew how to say it. Just Rangel, Pat. That's all it is. No. As our probe is being sent across the map. Okay, so scouting information, we can see once again Future going for a double gas opener. double gas into a faster factory, potentially into another Widowmine drop, into Reaper Hellion, into fast Cyclone. We have options. Future does have options. Probe slipping in, applying some pressure, being a nuisance here. Add to the ramp. Muttley? As Muttley does pull back. In the main base, we do have our factory. And we'll see what Future follows this up with. Like that's what I'm most concerned about. So I'm most curious about. Now, because the factory is so far back, it looks like it's not going to be an add-on swap. Then we can see first Reaper into a second Reaper. No reactor here for Future. Factory's on the way. We'll see what comes from here. Likewise, first Reaper moving out. Going to be applying some pressure. See if our Protoss player can keep up. So we do hit the natural. Probe under fire. A jet has arrived. Up! Ooh, we got one probe. One probe does fall in the Reaper. Will we escape? The Shade. Can we keep up? Up! Up! Looks like we get away. We commit to the Shade. The Reaper sips into the main base, and we're going for another probe kill. Another snipe. Ooh, we will get it. 2 probes go down. Almost a third. Almost, but not quite. Up, up, up! The Jukes! The Reaper! We do manage to barely slip away. Second Reaper has arrived. But these Reapers are still very low as we get another probe. Oh my god. Finally, we're being shut down, but the damage was done. 3 probe kills. Full scout of the main. Full scout of the main. We get confirmation of Stargate. But we don't see the first unit. Yet to determine whether it's a Phoenix or an Oracle. There it is. A Phoenix on the way. Alien dipping in. It's the same build. Same build, same opener. It looks like 1-1-1 into Widowmine. Ah, but only one Widowmine. Okay. We have adjusted. As Reaper gets another probe. Another 2. Oh my god. Another 2 workers go down. Hellion still wreaking havoc in the natural. Going for one more probe as well. And we're pulling Muttley apart. We're pulling him apart. Another probe falling. That's been 8 probes. 8 probe kills. We confirm the Phoenix, and this is why we're getting into Cyclone, not into another Widowmine, is because of the Stargate opener to have anti-air to defend against those Phoenixes. So we're getting into Cyclone production, Viking production as well, as much anti-air as possible. 8 probe kills in total, well worth it for Future. But now our Protoss player has map control. We have the potential to try to do some counter damage. As I say that, Future moving out to catch the Phoenix. Oh, and we catch him. A massive pickup. 1 Phoenix goes down. Ay, ay, ay. And we keep pushing. From here, we can just keep on moving out. Our Protoss player is in trouble. We have 3 Adepts. We have a handful of Phoenixes. We're going to have an overcharge with the shield battery. Would be cool to also focus it down. You see Future once again rotating around, and he does intercept once again, catching another Phoenix. Oh my god, Future, calm down. And he ignores the natural, goes straight for the main base, straight for the Artosis pylon, and he will depower the Stargate. And from here we can rotate around towards the natural. We have 1 Phoenix left. The supply block is real. The Immortal's not being built. Kiting on back. Trying to bait out the overcharge. There we go, overcharge is popped. Future does have to pull back for a moment, but he's rallying across the map with a Liberator and a tank. Just non-stop aggression here out of Future. He knows he's so close to breaking his opponent. To breaking Muttley. And we're going in. We're sending it back, Muttley. Tank siege up. Oh, 2 Stalkers go down. Massive pickup. With these Phoenixes, we can shut down the tank, though. Phoenix getting some extra hits off. Is cleaned up. Liberator into the main. Not reinforcing the main army. Future is bleeding out a bit. He has to pull back. Bleeding out a lot. As the Liberator gets 5 probe kills. That's once again a worthwhile trade. 5 probes go down. Future takes the economic lead. Working towards Stim. Combat shields +1. We have our 3-1-1 setup. Building up our bio. We preserve one of the tanks. Future is looking quite comfortable, quite in control of this game. Muttley, our Protoss player, just trying to survive. Once again, that is a Bay before the 3rd, so working towards a Colossus. Building up an army. Trying to play it safe, but the damage was already done. Damage was done. Shaving off those shields. Here we go. Future is moving out. Pretty strong timing here. Basically, all these upgrades are about to finish. They're about to finish just in time for the push. Just in time for the attack. Only 1 tank, which is less than ideal, but plenty of bio. And we're not going to have an overcharge, not at the 3rd base. Yeah, we're cutting the army off. Widowmines do set up. Tank as well. Big mind shots here on the Phoenixes. Phoenixes, they go down one after the other. And now we can go straight for the Immortal. Oh, it is targeted down. The Immortal's reinforcements from behind. The second Immortal's under fire. No, and the Immortal is just too much. The surround is too much. Future is snowballing out of control, and we are breaking through. We still have control of the high ground, just pulling the army, dragging the army out of position, out of range of the shield battery. The overcharge is not going to be enough. It's too little, too late. Colossus has arrived, though. Ooh, we got the Colossus mine shots. Not ideal, but GG gets called. It's just too much to handle, and Future takes the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Future as he does take the series, does advance on. But a shout out to Rangel, aka Muttley, for making a series out of this and forcing the ace match. GG, very well done. Very well played here to Muttley, and I look forward to seeing more of him, as tomorrow we are casting a Brazilian tournament, so most likely will be featured there as well. But congratulations to Future, does advance on, and we are getting ready for our next series. We started the night with sort of leading into Estrella. Estrella has been patiently waiting for this next matchup. It's going to be a battle here of the NA of the Americas. Let's go. Let us go. Estrella versus Future coming up next.